Exciting show, and you will find out why after the song. Right now, we ask that you share this out, and then I'll introduce my guests for the day. So just take a moment, share on your timeline, share in your groups, wherever you can share. Here we go. Wrong one.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
That's my theme song.
It's beautiful.
It feels like that sky is falling down, and sometimes it's hard to keep your head up and keep it high and keep your high vibration. But that's what I always try to fall back on, is that everything is temporary. And when it seems like that sky is falling and everything's falling apart around you, you can always reach for that higher feeling thought and that higher vibration. Thank you all for joining us today. Many of you already know Dr. Ruth Anderson, which is one of my guests and the founder of Enlightened World Network. Welcome, Ruth.
Thank you. It's so good to be home.
Yes, it is. And Danielle Proulx is joining us today. We have a special event happening this weekend, and Danielle and Ruth are going to talk to us about that. Danielle is someone that is new to me. I feel like I've known you, Danielle, for a long time. Your energy is just beautiful, and I can just feel that warmth coming from you. Danielle is bilingual, which brings us to what the event is that's happening this coming weekend. It is EWN, Enlightened World Network Francais, and I'm excited about this. You know, when I was in school in junior high, I studied French, and I absolutely fell in love with the language. I love listening to it. I did speak it at one point, but I don't anymore. It's been too long and I've lost it, because when you don't use something, you lose it. But I still love listening to it, and I can still pick out some of the words. So it's going to be fun to listen to some of these programs and to see how much I can actually remember. So welcome, Danielle, to Gratitude Happy Hour.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So happy to be here.
So we have Sophia with us. Sophia says she learned French for 3 years. Yeah, I studied it for about 3 to 5 years and really love listening to it and love, like I said, the energy of it. I think it's just a beautiful language. Stacy is with us. Hi, Stacy. And anyone else that's jumping in, if you have any questions, if there's anything that you want to ask about the launch that we're doing this coming weekend and what's going to take place, this is what these ladies are going to talk to us about today. And I'm so excited. So, Ruth, why don't you tell us how this idea came to be?
I really have to believe that Archangel Michael has had his hand all over this, all over this. So Lisa Berry and Tomas Garza reached out to me, gosh, January, I guess, and they found Enlightened World Network, and it felt like a home for them. And of course, we brought Goosebumps, brought them in with open arms, and Tomas is doing the Course in Miracles 365 every day of the year. It's an amazing thing. And Lisa Berry has been on with us in a couple different capacities. And they told me about Danielle, that she's working with them, and they were thinking Enlightened World might be a really good fit for her. So Danielle and I had conversation, and it really was just like bringing another sister into the home. It was sort of one of those things in life where you go, oh, that's how that happened. And that's what it feels like. Oh, that's how that happened. And she's home. And EWN Francais is coming to you all. It's the 4th channel for Enlightened World Network on this Saturday from June 5th, and we're starting 10 in the morning Eastern, and we're just going to go till Danielle runs out of people to talk to. And she and I will both be there. But EWN Francais, this is Danielle's dream. This is her passion, and the shows are going to be in English and in French, not at the same time. A show will either be in English or in French, but we're not combining the two. And Danielle's got ideas about bringing different hosts on to have shows and different programs that she would like to bring to the table. But there are some things that are constant. The meditations a day that we share out on Enlightened World Network will be there because it's such an important part of what we do. Danielle's focus is, again, with the spiritual divinity and spiritual transformation and the understanding of energy. So that will continue through. Just looking at her, you can just see her persona is such an EWN host. So that will continue through. So I would say there is so much about EWN Francais that is so typical for an EWN channel. It's just going to sound a little different. So I'm thrilled. I'm so excited to see this coming together. And this channel coming together was so typical for Archangel Michael because Danielle got the idea, she and I spoke, and then we just watched as it rolled in. We just kind of got out of the way as it rolled in. So I'm so pleased to honor Danielle and say, welcome home, Danielle. And so excited that, Teri, there's folks here watching with us that can welcome her as well.
Absolutely. And Danielle, welcome home. And I'd love to hear from you, your viewpoint, how everything felt for you and that inspired moment when you just knew this was right. This was where you were going to come home to.
Yes, thank you. It all started 2 years ago. 2 years ago, started with the idea of having my own podcast, my own show, and it just wasn't the right time, and it wasn't ready. I had ideas, but and then life happened. So I'm like, okay, so it's just not time. And I had the opportunity myself of meeting with Tomas and Lisa, and I actually chose them to be coaches. And I knew that it was the right time in my life to bring this to life. I just knew. And I always say I'm soul led, right? My life is soul led. And that's how I've done most of all my experiences in life. And I just trust the process. And so again, I just trusted the process, not knowing where it was going to bring me, except I was working on building a show for myself. Well, what the experience, great experience, completely blew my mind. So when I did meet with Ruth, I started having lots of ideas, just chatting with her. And at one point I said, could I do some in French? Do you have that? And she's like, well, yes, you can. And it was just as easy. That's how it happened. And we started just brainstorming and talking about what it would look like. And for me, it was just something that I need. It's a part of me. I'm bilingual. French, English has been part of my life forever. And I just felt like being true to myself, being true to my soul, I needed to express myself in French also. This is a big part of who I am. So I knew I had to do something about it. And I'm a firm believer that, if you want things to happen, be part of the solution. So of course I was like, yes, thank you. I'm all in. I didn't know what everything would look like or all needed to be done, but I was in it. And I'm just learning, and I'm enjoying the ride right now. I'm enjoying the learning. And it's, even though it's new for me, all of this, it just feels familiar. And how did I feel? I just knew when I started listening to Enlightened World Network that that's where I needed to be. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know I thought it'd be just a show, but surprise. Yeah, surprise. So, life is full of surprises. We can call it what like we want, right? But it's full of surprises. And I just said, thank you. It's a great gift. And I feel like and another thing is, I was looking for a place to do some French podcasts and being a part of a bigger community, having a bigger impact in the world, not just myself doing my own thing. And so everything just matched everything. And there was not any French platforms that had exactly what Enlightened World was presenting. So yeah, that's why you see, that's how I'm excited. And I'm still very excited about all of this.
Love the excitement. And yes, it shows, I feel it. And I'm so happy that this is happening. It's time, it's time. We're all one. We hear that so much. We are all one. And to be able to offer these different languages for people, we have some things going on in Spanish, and now we're going to have this in French. And I am just really thrilled. Danielle, can you tell us about some of the programs that are going to be on the channel?
Yes. You mean the channel for the launch, or the channel what I'm envisioning and what I've been sharing with Ruth?
The whole enchilada.
Okay. So I'm really seeing this channel, like we were saying, it's everything, the mission, the vision of Enlightened World. But I want this platform to be like when I started, exploring, for people that don't quite know how to get started, maybe, it's their first experience, or they want a little bit more insight. They want to be part of something bigger. They're curious. They're curious about their spirituality. They want to learn more, but they don't necessarily feel comfortable all the time, right? So I want people to know that it's going to be different styles, different different modalities. just because I want them to feel like it's a safe place. It's a safe place to either start bringing your show, bringing your gifts forward to the world. And it could be anything, right? It could be anything related to transformation and spirituality. This is what we bring to the world. We're all part of something bigger, and we're all meant to work with one another. Collaboration is key here. So it's yes, you have your own show, but it's all that's around that show. How you're supported also, right? So I'm really seeing people like doing like light workers, people that do energy work. It could be somebody that's in nutrition also, and has a different way of presenting it to the world. Maybe it could be anything related to the physical, mental. It's all connected, and everybody has their own way of expressing it. So we all have a gift. That's what I say. We're all unique. Let's celebrate that uniqueness. And everybody has something to share. And this platform is perfect for that.
It sure is. Wow. So the launch is going to start on Saturday, correct?
Yes.
And tell us the time and what we can expect when we tune in for that first show.
Okay, so this is the funny part. It started at 10. That hasn't changed. And then we said, well maybe we'll go till 3 or 4. Well, now we're going till 6:30. And I think that's where it's going to end, but who knows?
And that's Eastern time?
That's Eastern time, yes. Yes.
Okay. And Ruth, I know you got some things lined up for that day, that full day.
We sure do. So starting at 10 in the morning Eastern, folks can go here on Facebook to EWN Francais. And if you haven't liked the page, please get on there and do that. Actually, it's better to follow than it is to like. So follow us on there. But starting at 10 in the morning, the very first thing is my introduction of Danielle. So we're going to spend about 20 minutes or so just talking and sharing what's brought her to this point in the world. And then at 10:30, Pamela O'Brown is going to be providing a yoga nidra guided meditation that will be in English. And then at 11 o'clock, we have our meditation a day with Hema Vyas. Hema comes to us from the UK, and her meditation is ground your divine feminine and experience a love supreme. It's about deepening your understanding and experience of the true nature of love. So I love Hema. I know you do too.
Yes.
Yeah. So can't wait to see that. And after that is at 12 noon, Neelam Minocha. We adore Neelam here at Enlightened World. She is a spiritual alchemist, a healer, a channel, and a quantum master. She's outstanding. And then at 1 o'clock, so then starting at 1 o'clock Eastern, Danielle, you've got some of your French speakers. Do you want to introduce that chunk?
Yes, I can do that. Thank you. So right now at 1 o'clock, we have Nicole Pinot. She's from Quebec in Canada. And she works in holistic, and she does soul readings. So she's going to be, so you have to understand that I did it differently for the French girls. And what I asked them is the same question, but you'll find that there's not one answer that's the same. So I wanted them to share what really means for them, what it means for them, spirituality and transformation, and how do they integrate both of them one at a time? How is that working in their lives? So, and they're going to talk a little bit about what they do also. So I've got Nicole at 1, and then I've got Amélie Boger. She's from France, actually, and she's actually in Canada right now, in Quebec also. She's really an adventurous, and she's going to share she's been gone from France for at least 2 or 3, I think it's 3 years now. And she's going to share a little bit about her discovery and her journey doing all of this, experiencing, leaving home and just experiencing life actually. And then we're going to have Joanne Poleska. She's also from Quebec, and she's a doula, a coach, and she helps women and actually couples also that are in prenatal states. So when they're getting ready to have birth and to have a birth plan, but to really inform them about the choices they have. That sometimes we think that it's just one way, but she's bringing a very holistic, another way of having a pregnancy plan and how to bring this angel to life into this world, right? Into our earth world. And then we have Sabrina Ouellette. Sabrina is a young mother of 3 that is very connected to, she's going to be talking about her spirituality, and she'll do a little meditation, connecting with your inner child. And you'll see she's full of energy, and you'll understand why she can bring us really to connect with our inner child. And we have Geneviève Michaud. Geneviève Michaud is also from Quebec, Canada. And she will be talking about her experience, but also what she really sees now, because she's been working in the field of social work field. And so she'll be sharing a little bit how spirituality really helped her and how she's using it in her professional and also her personal life. And we have Julie Lemire. Julie Lemire is going to be here talking. She actually works with women more, and she's going to be talking about the feminine essence. That's her specialty. And then we have Marie-Kim Landriot. Marie-Kim Landriot is also from Quebec, Canada. And she's an art therapist, but who mixes energy modality, quantum leap into her coaching sessions, which is very fascinating, what she's going to be talking about. So yeah, these wonderful women, is going to be pretty, going to be pretty powerful, actually.
Well, and we also then at 3:00 have Kalina Molnar. Now, Kalina has spent a lot of time with us here at Enlightened World Network. Her title is Empowering the Divine Feminine Within You for both women and men. She's a way shower, a multidimensional energy healer, and a light language activator, and a Sisters of the Rose activator. Kalina is one powerful, powerful light worker. And then there is one last session, Danielle.
Yes, and that's going to be a group discussion with the ladies that I introduced to you, the French-speaking ladies, light workers. They'll be with us, and we're going to be having our discussion on the intention of words, how powerful words are, and so I won't give you more information. Just join us, and you'll learn more about how we see our world with how do we use our words.
I love that. I love that you did a little teaser there, and it's all excited about what we're going to hear from this beautiful group of ladies. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Yeah, I remember when we first started broadcasting with Enlightened World Network and how exciting that was. And then with each new channel, it brought in a different flavor. It was just something so new and really powerful. And this one feels just as powerful as all the others. It's going to be so exciting. You know, the French language is a language of love. It's a language of beauty. And so I'm just envisioning all of that energy that they're going to bring forth. And the ones that you described, oh my goodness, how powerful is that to have this group of women to come in?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
They're actually very excited them also, because they also mention that this is a great platform. It's a great opportunity to actually get started also, because it's, some of them, it's new for them, some of them, because they're all at different stages in their lives, right? And they're all I had one saying, well, you know what, well, I'm not as spiritual as that one. And I'm like, no, all is perfect. We're all in this big, this big life here together. We're all in this big energy, and we don't have to compare. We're all advancing. We're all progressing at our own speed, at our own, and it doesn't even matter.
Everyone has something to offer.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
we can all help each other.
And EWN is a ministry. Ruth, can you talk about that, about the ministry that has really grown and blossomed with Enlightened World Network?
Yes, I'm happy to. So, about, I guess, 7 years ago or so, I started getting to know and working with Archangel Michael. And with that came this promise that we would have a network, and which I thought was crazy because I had no intention of having a network at all. And he just kept bringing in little bits of it, and I kept trusting. Well, Enlightened World Network is here for several reasons, but one of them is to provide a safe platform for light workers to come and have a place to have their shows or to write their articles, to publish a book, that kind of thing. And it's also a safe place for people to come and learn and grow. The whole network is about spiritual transformation. And so often we do that as hosts, we do it in front of you. Not because we want to, that's just what we're being called to do. And so that's what Enlightened World Network is. And we started with what we thought was the only channel. And then after a while, Archangel Michael introduced us to EWN Enlightened Living, which is more about how do you be a spiritual being having a physical existence. So those shows might be the yoga shows, or physical fitness, or diet and spirituality. So that's channel 2. Channel 3 we just launched in March, which is EWN One with the Earth. And that is a beautiful channel that combines our love for the planet and nature's energies. And it is also branched out to being accepting of otherworldly divine healers. So that channel 3 is very broad in comparison to the other ones. And then with Danielle coming forward with EWN Francais. And just a little spoiler, Archangel Michael has shown me a couple of years ago having different channels in lots of different languages. Mm-hmm. So I think this is just the beginning. And really, Teri, you started the bilingual aspect when you brought in angel speakers in Espanol.
Yes, Lily Ortega. What a delight she is. I knew that was angel led when that happened. She came to me and wanted to translate what I was doing into Spanish online. And after speaking to her for just a few minutes, Archangel Michael just really came forth and said, "You're doing it online. You're going to be doing this." And I'm like, okay. And Lily was like, oh boy. And that show started, oh gosh, almost a year ago, I think. I'll have to look and see when that first one was. And then after I went on the road with the journey, Lily has continued that and brought in some absolutely beautiful guests that talk about some of the history of Mexico and places where they are, and the ministries that they're doing in Spanish. It's just been an amazing show. And just really, I feel like that was the beginning to open things up, Ruth, and to say, hey, we've got a wide world out there let's reach as far as we can and get the message going as far as we can about spirituality and let people really benefit from what we're sharing, because there's so much that's being shared. And I know if I am not able to understand something that's being spoken, I would want somebody translating it or, helping me to understand it better. So I'm really happy that this is the direction that Enlightened World is going in, is reaching farther and wider to our audiences.
Right. Well, and we have Enlightened World Network on YouTube, and we have about 2,300 videos on there. And the EWN Francais will have its own playlist on there, and anybody can go there at any time and learn. There's so much on there from so many amazing light workers. So I wanted to point that out. And how do people know what's playing on what channel? If you have not seen the show guides, go to any one of our 4 pages on Facebook, and it's always the top post. And it is a show guide for the day. And if you just scroll down on that post, you will see every show that is on every one of the 4 channels. So you can easily figure out what's playing on what channel that day.
Yes, absolutely. And I know that there's going to be expansion. Danielle, I'm just feeling into that energy now. And I know that there's going to be a lot that's going to be coming forth and people that are going to want to share on that channel. So I'm very excited about that. I don't know if you've already been approached by anyone, but I'm just thrilled at what's happening, and I can't wait to see this really expand and grow.
Thank you. And it's gonna grow. like everything else, right? We're always in an evolution.
And the other thing that I wanted to point out is on our website, www.enlightenedworld.online. EWN Francais has its own page on there. And so you can just go and see what's new, what's happening in Danielle's world, and what's coming in. So please, if you have not been to that website, please take a look around on it. There is so much information on there.
Absolutely. I can't wait to learn from you, Danielle. I know I have read your bio, and I know that there's a real depth to you as a spiritual leader and a counselor. Let's talk a little bit about what you do and what you bring to the table, what you have to offer to anyone who would seek out your services.
Well, thank you. And I have to start by saying I'm actually, it hasn't been that long, and working with coaches and professional coaches myself in the podcast world, like I was mentioning, Lisa and Tomas, really helped me to really take myself out of the way and really be true to myself. And so I say now that I'm out of the spiritual closet and I'm fine with it and I'm enjoying it, and what a release, because this is who I am and this is what I do. So all my life experience has brought me to, for today, for now, this is, I do some coaching, some one-on-one coaching, some group coaching, but it's really related to transitions, life transitions and evolution. Now I mix different modalities with it. So I'm an advanced practitioner, EFT practitioner, and also emotional coach success. And I mix some Reiki energy into my sessions, and I'm a light worker. So it's all a package. It's all one. It's not one or the other. It's all together. And this is what makes my work, right? How I can help you. So I can help you if you're stuck in your life, you're going through a transition. I'll give you an example. In 2015, I lost my house to a fire. Everything was destroyed. Now that's a transition, right? So when I talk about transition, you can have major transitions, you can have work transitions. You know, you might have to need to get a new job because you lost one, or it might be life stages. You're a teenager leaving home and going into the big world and trying to figure out your life, where you're going. Or it could be that you have an illness and you're actually transitioning to the other chapter of your life. And how do you do that? So it could vary. And I have a lot of experience also. It's one thing to have the modalities and to really learn. And I love learning. And I mix also a lot of the quantum field. I've been studying for years, and it just feels like this is who I am now. And it feels like the last 20 years of my life, when I look back now, I'm like, oh, now I get it. Now I get why I needed to do this way. Now I get it, why this happened. Yeah. So yeah, it prepared me for a lot of things. And I'm still learning. I'm a lifetime learner. I love learning.
Yes, we can never stop learning.
No.
So much there. And like you said, those experiences, I like to say I'm the culmination of all my experiences. They brought me right here to where I am right now. And we can learn from all those things. It may not be so pleasant going through some of those fires, but once we get through them and we look back and we're going, oh, like you said, aha moment, that was why I went through that. And I'm so happy that we have you now here at Enlightened World Network. How can somebody reach out to you if they want to have some sessions with you or just explore more about working with you? How would they do that?
They can reach you to my Facebook page, which is Danielle Proulx Dubois, and also through I'm working on my website right now because I'm revamping everything, right? So it's oursoulsignature.com, but it's not quite ready yet. So if I'm down the road, probably within a week or two, it'll be launched. And they can also reach me right here on Enlightened World Network if they need to, if it's easier for them. Don't worry, they will find me. They will give me the information. It could be on the Enlightened World Network Français, and on the web page also, like Ruth was mentioning, there is a place that you can go to contact, and if you say this is for Danielle, the message is going to be related to me, no problem.
Beautiful. And I certainly hope people will take advantage of that. And our Dr. Ruth Anderson. Ruth, I know that you work with people individually as well. I don't know how you find the time because you are a busy woman, but I do know that you offer a ministry. Can you talk about that?
Yes. Thank you, Teri. Usually I'm just supporting everybody else as they're doing their ministry. So I am also having spiritual transformation and trying to bring more of me to what I'm doing. So I do work individually with clients, working with the archangels, working with the angelic gems, and providing spiritual guidance, whatever that might look like for each individual person. So if anybody's interested in that kind of thing with me, you can reach out to me at it's welcome@enlightenedworld.online.
Wonderful. Or you can find her on Facebook, Dr. Ruth Anderson. I'm so happy to be here with both of you today. Every week on this show, I try to give you an update of what's happening with the Peace on Earth tour. I have many of you that are supporting that tour and right there with me every step of the way. And it has been so interesting and exciting lately what has happened with the journey. I've come out of Arizona, finally. I spent some time there in Sedona. I spent some time in Flagstaff. And then I made my way over to New Mexico. So I am currently here. Where am I? I'm in Santa Fe, New Mexico at the moment. And I don't know how long I'll be here, maybe a day, maybe more. And asking the angels if I'm supposed to be doing a land blessing here. And for those of you who don't understand what that means, I started the tour September 11th of 2020. almost 9 months ago. And I've gone throughout the US doing land blessings, bringing messages from the angels as we go into a certain area and asking for that land to bring in more peace, for there to be more peace among the inhabitants, the animals, nature, the water. And it has been an amazing journey so far. There have been 13 physical land blessings and one virtual land blessing that Dr. Ruth Anderson was a part of in Garden of the Gods, Colorado. So we're going to be doing more of those, more virtuals. But anybody that would like for me to come to your area and participate in a land blessing, just let me know, because I just go where the angels tell me. I get in the car and they have the GPS. I have no clue where I'm going. So right now, Santa Fe is it. And then after that, I will be with my friend, Dr. Ruth Anderson, in Boulder, Colorado, in just a very few days. And so excited about that. So that's what's going on. Just keeping on trucking. I know that we're already in June, this month, I plan on being in South Dakota, and I'll be participating in a Sundance there in South Dakota before we do the Unity Week, which Ruth, you're also a part of. And we'll be doing lots of things together on there, along with We the World, who is one of my fiscal sponsors. So lots of exciting stuff. And I'm hoping to, in these next 2 days, get a newsletter out to the Patreons that are supporting me and get some more insight to what has happened and what's transpired, because there have been many, many, many different blessings and lessons and exciting things that have taken place. So if you're interested at all in the journey, you can go to Peace on Earth Tour.live. And you can just find all of the land blessings that have been done. They're all recorded. They're all right there on that website. And you can pull up all of them, or any one of them, and see what that's all about. And thank you. Thank you all for being along on this ride with me. I never feel alone. I always have somebody reaching out, somebody giving encouragement, somebody giving a word, or just sending a message and saying, "Are you okay?" And I love that. I love hearing from you. So thank you. Thank you for tuning in today to Gratitude Happy Hour. Thank you to Danielle Proulx and Dr. Ruth Anderson for being the guests today. And I am so excited about Saturday. I encourage all of you to tune in to the launch starting Saturday morning at 10 o'clock Eastern Time. Enlightened World Network, Proulx. So thank you, ladies. Any last words that you want to say? I know you're excited about this.
Danielle?
Yes, I just want to tell people, it's one thing that I'm excited, but just come and see if you can get excited. My goal here is to just inspire others. So, hey, just be curious and check it out.
Beautiful.
And I just want to say, if you all have friends that would benefit from Enlightened World Network, please pass on our information to folks. We value you so much, and we're so glad you're here with us. So thank you. And thank you for being here as we continue to grow. Thank you, Teri, for this opportunity.
Thank you, lady. I love you. Well, take care and stay in your hearts. Bye, everybody. Namaste, y'all.